Hey everyone, welcome back to Backstage Pass, a CPCA advising podcast station. That is right, we are a podcast. I'm with my co-host Sarah. What's up, Sarah?
You know, it's a rainy, what is it, Thursday today?
Yeah, it's
going
a rainy
well.
day. It's a lazy day. That's the best way to describe
It's a lazy, rainy day.
Exactly, that's what I'm saying. I'm hanging in there. Lazy Thursday, I'm pushing through to the end of the week, so, by the time that people see this, it'll be Friday, so it'll already be the end of the week, so, just got to keep pushing, Today, I know I'm very excited, as always, and I'm sure, Sarah, you're very excited, too. We have a lovely guest with us today. Today's guest is actually CPCA's theater advisor. She's originally from Japan, and she earned her BA in English literature from, and I don't know if I'm actually going to pronounce this correctly, but Nakazato-Mehu
University.
There we go. Okay, yeah. And a master's in African American Studies from Doshisha University.
Doshisha.
All right. She has studied all over the world in Tokyo, Canada, USA, already a lot more places than I've ever been in my life. And we are so excited to get to know her more. Everyone, welcome Sachiko Nakazato-Mehu. Did I get it right?
Yeah, your pronunciation was
all right. That's good. We're off to a good start. Woo! All right, sweet. How are you doing, Sachiko?
good, hanging there like you too.
I was gonna say, pretty rainy day for you as well.
It could be better, could be worse, but I think it's okay.
It's okay. Yeah, exactly. As long as the day's going by. As long as the days keep going by, we're all okay, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. So, CPCA advisor, you've been advising for a little while now. Is there a favorite event that you've attended while being an advisor at CPCA that you would just say is your all-time favorite?
I really like the theater production, Love Labor's Lost.
Love Labor's Lost.
Deanna mentioned that one, and then that was pretty
Yeah.
And also, so which one was it? Somewhere. That was called Somewhere.
Oh, yeah, with the butterflies.
Yeah, it was really good. And then that one, I think only several actors were on the stage, and it was like 3 hours long. So I was like, oh my goodness, all these students memorized all the scripts and everything. And it was like effects, and it was pretty good. So that's my favorites, I would say.
When were the viewing of those shows? I was going to say, I don't remember. I mean, I don't keep in touch a lot with the theater program, and I've always hated myself for that because I've always wanted to go to their shows because I'm like,
they're so good.
Yeah, I do love theater. I did theater in high school, and I always thought about maybe I'll go into musical theater. Yeah, I did. Yeah, a little fun fact about me. I did musical theater in high school. I was one of 5 guys that did the shows in high school.
The restaurant? Like the fast food chain? 5 Guys?
Yeah, we act. You know what? Funny story. We actually all worked at 5 Guys after high school.
Oh my God.
I'm kidding. That is a complete joke. That's not true at all. But yeah, I was one of 5 guys in my high school. And I say 5 guys, but there were actually more guys that participated, but there were only 5 of us that really went for the leads. Yeah, so I was one of the guys that went for the leads, and I don't want to boast or anything, but I kind of got a decent amount of the leads, and
wow.
I was kind of
surprised actually. I can tell. You have a theater vibe a little bit,
Oh no, I do.
Sachiko knows. She knows.
So yeah, I know a little bit about theater and I love theater, but I have not been able to get out to any of the theater performances. And I'm mad at myself because I hear they're awesome. So wait, when were the last, the ones that you just mentioned, they were,
were those part of the spring or were they the fall? I don't even remember.
Last semester, I think. Oh no, no. When was it? I don't remember.
I honestly don't remember. Somewhere might have been January of 2020.
Yeah, maybe.
Or maybe December? I can't remember. I would have to look
around
at a
that
calendar for that.
time.
But it was sometime like last year in that.
Yeah, it's
Okay.
definitely before all of this
All of it.
happened. All the
Got it.
pandemic
Yeah.
and
I was going to
everything.
say, what are they doing right now? I'm assuming they're still
Online.
rehearsing for shows, right? And
Yeah,
it's
we have
just online?
production online. Yeah.
Okay.
Mhm.
Why don't you?
Yeah, you can sign up to watch a Zoom performance. I watched one. Well, right now they're having like Zoom play readings every Sunday.
Okay.
So those are going pretty well. I watched one last Sunday called Winners, and it was wonderful. So hop on to the YouTube Live on Sundays and check it out.
So YouTube Live is when they do the readings. And then I'm assuming, are they actually like rehearsing for a show that they're going to put on like a live stream?
So, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
What show are they
Yeah,
doing?
right now I think they're working on Laramie Project, or
Ooh.
I think they're working on something else too. There's like Safe to Brave Redux, which one of our professors wrote. And I think they did like a preview of it like a week or two ago, and then they're gonna put it up in November again. And then
Okay.
Laramie Project should be coming up in end of November or early December maybe. And then I think they're gonna do another song cycle. They did a song cycle a couple weeks ago, but then I think they're going to do another one. So they've been doing pretty good with like putting things out there.
Okay, neat. I was going to say that's a really good idea to just do it live stream. That way no one's in close contact in the theater, at least, and it's really just the actors and producers. But yeah, that's really cool. I'm going to definitely have to look into that, and I'll see you guys virtually there. So, so Sachiko, you are from Japan originally, is that correct?
Yeah, I was born and raised in Japan.
That's incredible. Were you ever able to actually go to the Temple Japan campus?
Not before I started working.
But when you started working here, you were able to, did you like...
Actually, I worked at TUJ for 3 years.
Oh, okay,
Yeah,
gotcha.
and then I moved here, so...
Wow, okay, so is there any major differences between the Temple Japan campus rather than the Philadelphia campus?
Because I supported like a mainly CLA students. TUJ has CLA programs, and then like it's something a little business related and a communication studies related.
Okay.
And Tyler as well, but not theater. So the population was a little bit different, and then not theater. So it's a really, I think theater department or CPCA is pretty unique. So yeah, and then the students ratio, I think they had a 35% of Japanese, another 35% American, and then the rest is from all over the world. So
okay,
there was
That's so cool.
I'm more curious from just a student standpoint, and I don't know if you, I mean, I'm sure you would know, you taught there for 3 years, so I guess in Philadelphia here on Temple's campus, a lot of students like to find like extra things to do in their free time. Like I know a lot of students like to go into Center City, Philadelphia, to go out to dinner or like go shopping or go to Market Street, stuff like that, where there's a lot of like cool things to do in your downtime. I'm wondering, is there like an equivalent to that in Japan on Temple's campus, where students like, is there, I don't want to say like a hangout spot, but is there a place or places?
There's so many places. Like I think Shibuya is pretty popular.
Ooh, okay.
Roppongi, where all the clubs are, and like a good restaurants there. So yeah, it's like Philly, more like New York, I would say.
Ooh,
Yeah.
okay.
Wow.
So
I
there's
like New York.
hang out, we can eat, and so many cafes over there. So
Really cool. I've always wanted to go to the Japan campus for just a semester to see what it's like. I mean, I just like exploring the world. I think that's like a bucket list kind of goal for me.
that's really different, I can say.
For sure. And I kind of like different. I don't like being so used to American culture and what goes on. I like to experience other cultures and other places in the world that are just different, because you're going to find something different once you step out. Well, anywhere really. So, I've always been very curious in that sense. But no, that's really neat. I'm gonna have to look more into that for sure.
Yeah, that's awesome. Sachiko, I did have a question for you. Do you have any hidden theater backstories like Ben? Did you do any theater? Did you do any theater performance? Like,
I don't think mine is better than what Mary told you guys about poster thing. Hey then, can we come back to this?
Of course we can.
We can come back.
Did you do any
to
like
it.
theater, like any theater performance, like growing up, or like singing or dancing?
I think my mom took me and my younger brother to some theater shows, and I remember my mom took me and my brother to like a Disney themed theater production once, and I think I was like a 6 or 7 at the time, and then that was almost the first time I saw non-Japanese people like acting.
Oh, yeah.
So, and they were like, they're in the dresses and stuff, and then I wasn't not really into that story for some reason. I just saw them as like, oh my goodness, all those like foreigners are like trying their best to look like the characters in the, in the Disney movies. And then I looked at my brother and I saw like all the stars and then sparks in his eyes because he got so excited to see it.
Oh
so like, I saw it more from like, not the directors, yeah. I don't know how really to interpret it, but yeah, I saw it not as like the story. My focus was more on the whole situation that I was in. So it was interesting.
That's cool.
That's
oh my gosh, I love those Disney shows. They're great for shows to go see. I think I saw like Disney on Ice when I was like little, and they had like these people like skating with like giant heads on them, and I was like, what is happening?
Yeah, it was really beautiful.
I don't think I've seen any Disney on Ice shows.
Oh my god, I went once and my mom was like, never again.
Oh really? Was it like too much?
I don't know. I don't know if it scared me. It was just I have little brothers too, so it might have scared them. I was like a little like, what's happening? But I think my first show that I actually saw was like The Wizard of Oz, and I was like, oh my god, I love this. And then I was like, I dressed up as Dorothy every day for like 3 months after I saw it.
Oh my gosh. That's incredible. God, I'm trying to think back. What was the first show I ever saw? Because I didn't.
It's hard to remember.
I don't think I got into theater until high school, really. Until I really started like, indulging myself into the theater program. And I've only seen one show on Broadway, and that was The Color Purple, which was phenomenal.
You saw The Color Purple? Oh my god, I'm so jealous.
I did. It was phenomenal.
Oh my god, you lucky duck.
Yeah, it was so cool, but I don't know if that was my first show I ever saw, because
maybe
I luckily
what you remember.
Yeah, exactly, because I mean, I don't know. Well, when I was a kid, I remember my parents would take me to see a Christmas Carol at a theater that was in a suburb of Philly. I don't know if you guys know where Media, PA is.
Oh yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's a suburb of Philly, and I think the theater was there, but it was I don't want to say a low budget, but it was a performance that this theater did every year of A Christmas Carol, and I always was like scared of it because of the 3 ghosts that would come in. They always scared me as a kid, but I guess that technically is the first show I've ever seen, like in terms of theater production wise. But in terms of Broadway, I think it was The Color Purple, and I saw it on Broadway.
That's such a good show. I'm so jealous.
It was so neat. And the best part was I got to see it for free.
Oh, how?
Oh my
I don't
God.
know how I got that to work. It was through my school, like the Performing Arts Center in my school, and I think we were doing like a photo shoot for one of our schools, but they wanted to do it in New York. So I was just like, all right. So we went to New York and did a photo shoot dressed up as our characters, and then they were like, all right, let's go see The Color Purple. And I was like, oh, we're seeing a show? And they're like, oh, yeah. And I was like, oh, all right, cool. So it was fun. It was a lot of fun. How about you, Sachiko? What was your first show that you've ever seen?
The Western one I remember. This show was the one I remember. What other shows? I don't remember. I think it's like a Japanese show, so I'm not really sure that was.
Okay.
Yeah, but I've seen like several shows. Yeah, and then when I was little.
Very nice. Yeah, very cool. Yeah, I feel like maybe there was more that I saw, but I just don't remember.
Yeah, I cannot really remember.
It was a while ago. It's in the past. It's if I remember, I remember. But oh well. We'll figure it out eventually.
Oh my gosh.
I'm curious, since being on Philadelphia's campus of Temple, is there a go-to spot that you go to eat, like for lunch, or if you're in Philly for dinner and, maybe you have a late shift or something? Is there a place that you like to go to eat?
On campus, I like Blaze Pizza.
Oh, yeah.
They have really good stuff. And but I usually, because it's kind of far from Mitten, I end up like getting stuff from Chop Chop. Chop Chop, do you know the truck?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, Chop Chop, and then Honey Grow.
Honey Grow, yeah.
Oh, Honey Grow, yeah.
Yeah, those places I usually go. And if it's off campus, there's a Indian restaurant called Indie Blue.
Yeah. I've heard of that.
Yeah, they're pretty good. Like it.
I was going to say, I've never had them, but me and my roommate have talked about getting food from there sometime because we were both like, well, we would like to try it.
Yeah, you should try it. It's really good.
Ooh, all right. That might be a move for tonight then.
Oh yeah, why not?
Oh yeah, why not? That's what I'm saying. Although I don't know if I'm going to be back in time tonight because I actually get the fortunate occurrence of going home to vote this afternoon. So
wow.
That's right. And I forgot that by the time that this episode airs, you would already know who the next president is. So
yeah.
Wow.
Oh
That's weird. Well, at the time of recording right now, I am going home to vote because something went wrong with my mail-in ballot. So I get the pleasure of leaving and then coming back tonight. So
okay.
We should see how that goes. But yeah, if I'm back in time and I'm not too tired, I'm definitely getting stuff from that Indian restaurant. It sounds really good from what I've read about it and some of the things that they offer. It's like, ooh, that might be a move for some time. Just I gotta try it sometime.
Yeah.
for sure. I was gonna say, since being in Philly and all these different restaurants that you can try, there's obviously like other things that you can do in Philly instead of different restaurants. Because I know Philly's big with restaurants. There's a lot of different restaurants around in Philly and a lot of different things to try. But there's also other things like going to Center City, going to some of the stores, shopping, stuff like that, going to see a show, seeing the Philharmonic. There, lots of cool events that are happening. Has there been a favorite memory of an event that you've went to, or is there a favorite thing that you like to do in Philly that it could be going to a restaurant, it could be going to a show? Like, is there just anything in Philly that you love to do?
Now I'm living in Center City, and my husband and I have time, like we did cycling. And I don't know what that place is called, but I think like a Harbor Park. I don't know. It's like it's near the bridge.
Near the bridge.
Yeah, I don't know the name, but it's like a 10-15 minutes away from where I live.
Okay.
Yeah, it's beautiful to see the bridge and then ships there. Do you know where that is? It's right next to Hilton Hotel.
Oh, right by what do you call it?
Yeah, I don't know what
Festival Piers down there, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. I know exactly what you're talking about.
Yeah. What is that called?
Yeah.
I'm so bad with the name.
But,
I'm so bad. I'm like, my friends and I are like, we're just gonna go there, and I'm like, okay, let's just go.
We're gonna go there.
Exactly
Don't know what it's called, but I'm going there.
there.
That's
Yeah,
exactly.
really,
Hey, I mean, that's how you got to do it if you're gonna go, travel and figure out more of Philadelphia.
Yeah, because of this whole, situation, we're not really able to do much.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, that's one of the favorite things.
Yeah, that sounds awesome. I was gonna say, I know for me, I love to there's a bunch of different parks that are right around South Street that I actually enjoy walking around sometimes with my roommates. And then there's some record stores that we like to go record shopping because I'm big into vinyl records and
Oh yeah.
that way. Yeah, so that's one thing I know I like to do. What about you, Sarah? What do you like to do in the city?
I really love like Old City. One of my favorite theaters. I love the Arden Theater. They always have really cool shows, and I just love like going over there, going to see a show there, and then just like walking around. I don't know, finding somewhere to get ice cream and just like walking around Old City.
The best.
It's just so fun.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to see some shows, once everything gets better.
Oh my gosh, me too. I miss so much just like going
I know.
and being in an audience. And I mean performing too, but I just miss like being there.
Yeah, it's
so
a shame.
fun.
Concerts, live theater, performances, like everything. It's just like I cannot wait for it to come back.
I know.
But we will keep fighting and we will keep pushing on, like we are all built to do.
Yep.
Totally. Sachiko, I'm really interested in your whole study abroad experience. So you studied like everywhere. Can you like just talk about that?
Yeah, sure. So when I was in college, undergraduate, I had a chance to study abroad in Victoria, Canada for a year to learn English language. So I was not able to speak or write English well at the time. So yeah, I went there, and all my classmates are from like all over the world. So we had like students from UAE, Bolivia, Korea, Indonesia. So like it was so international.
Whoa.
So it was a lot of
so
fun.
cool.
Yeah, so we studied so hard, like, from Monday through Friday. And then we had a lot of fun, like Friday afternoon and Saturday. Like we did like a party to where we cooked like our local food. So I cooked Japanese food, and then my Mexican friend like cooked Mexican food, and we went clubs like almost every Friday.
Hey, there we go.
Appropriate to talk about, but I love listening to music like really loud.
Oh yeah.
So yeah, that's I would say main reason why. So yeah, it was a lot of fun, and I had a really hard time like at the beginning because like in Japan, class participation was not a big deal. As long as you do well on the exams, you get like A's.
Okay.
But, yeah, participation was like a big issue for me because I was not really like aggressive or competitive before I went there. So all my classmates are so competitive, and then they said whatever, in the class to get the points. And so it was really hard at the beginning, but once we, got to know each other, it was really fun. Just like sharing all the information or background, because we spent like 5 days or more a week together. So it was a lot of fun. And then I had
so cool.
learn about like religious differences or maybe class, because some of my classmates are from like a really wealthy families, and then they had a lot of pressure on their shoulders, so it was like so different from my background. So yeah, religion and then class, yeah, that's besides the English language, I think like that.
Oh my god.
It sounds like a
That's
lot
so
of fun.
cool.
I wish I was going to clubs.
Yeah, with the
man.
international students, it's a little fun.
Oh man. I mean, I
So
definitely
cool. That
can't be
sounds
doing that
fun.
anytime soon, but you know, that's awesome. It sounds like you had a lot of fun.
Yeah, totally. That sounds like such a great experience. Like I wish I was gonna plan to study abroad like next semester, but like, you know, stuff happens.
Able
But
to have a chance, you know, to spend a good amount of time, because
Totally.
like, if I could go like, you know, back in time, and then I could tell my younger self, like, you know, 18, 19, you know what, you're gonna live in the States, you know, work for theater students in Philadelphia, then I would be like, what? Like, you know, what are you talking about? So
you'd start running. You'd start running
Hey,
away.
go the opposite direction. Get out.
yeah, so you never know what happens, you know.
Oh no.
Yeah, you might live in, I don't know, Italy or somewhere in 5 years. You never know. So it
That'd
was,
be cool.
yeah,
It's true.
it
Oh
was
my
pretty
gosh.
cool. And then like for my master's, I had a chance to study at Smith College in Massachusetts, and that was small liberal arts school, women's college. And then they were so like a liberal about like a gender, sexuality. They're so open. So I don't know how accurate the like number was, but one of my friends who went there like told me somewhere between 30 and 40% of the students were either like bisexual or lesbian.
Wow.
So it was super liberal, and then I didn't have like, I never even thought about like a gender in Japan, because it's it's really different. So yeah, it was a great opportunity to see like each student like embrace their sexuality. And then and then one day I was studying at one of the libraries over there, and I heard like a chanting, girls chanting, and then the voice like it came closer and closer, and I looked up, and then there was like a group of girls all naked, like running inside the library. And it was like,
What?
like, you know, you can't imagine that, you know. So it's not like all of the skinny girls running. It was like all different body types. So it was
Wow.
like
Oh
us,
my gosh.
like you're right here. I was like, what's going on? But they're pretty cool. So we're like, we just went back to the assignments and how to. Yeah, it was something that I never expected. And
Oh my gosh.
yeah,
That's so funny. That's like, have you ever heard of like, I think they do like a bike, I don't know if it's like a bike race, or like they do like the nude like bike race through like
Yes.
Center City. And my friend, she works at Yards, like over near like Spring Garden, and she's like, every year they ride right past them and they're like, oh, hello.
yeah, yeah. You don't know where to look at, kind of. Yeah.
Yep. I was just about to say I don't know if like I'd probably just be looking at the sky like, oh wow, that looks pretty today. Oh, don't mind me. Just like, wow, that's crazy. Was this just like on a random afternoon? Like
It was maybe like 8 p.m., 9 p.m. Yeah, after dinner, I was just working on assignments, and then I saw that. I don't know what they're. Yeah, but then it was pretty eye-opening, guys. Yeah, I can
for
say.
sure. I mean, yeah, that'd be eye-opening for anyone, I think.
Yeah, it was,
That's wow.
mm-hmm.
But you know, I think that's something where to think back on it and where we've come, like as a society, not even at Temple or just any university, but really in the country, where it's like it's become more accepting to be open with your body and to be open with you.
Yeah, just to see our students like feeling free and it was pretty good school. So like there are so many like Jackie Kennedys and then Hillary Clintons and then maybe like a Haley Kiyoko is over there, just
For sure.
hanging out. So that was pretty fun.
That's really neat. Wow. That's cool. Oh man.
Oh my gosh, you've had so many cool experiences.
That's crazy.
Yeah,
I'm starting
I
to
love
think
this.
I'm starting to think I'm living my college experience wrong.
I know, right? I'm like,
you're Boyer. Come on, like you.
You know what? You've got a point. But I actually would like to go back to Japan real quick and
Sure.
ask, because we interviewed Leanna, as you know, and she was telling us how she studied in Japan on Temple's campus in Japan, and she was telling us about all these different flavors of Kit Kat, like the candy.
Oh yeah, there are so many. I cannot even like.
Yeah, that blew my mind.
Flavor, sake flavor,
oh my gosh.
honeydew.
That sounds good.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, so many different flavors out there.
Do
So
they actually taste like the fruits, or are they like those like fake
they
fruit
do
flavors?
taste like sake, like
gosh.
orange. Yeah, they taste really good.
Do you have a favorite flavor?
Mine is green tea, but not the green teas like here. Green tea flavor here. It's like a more dense, like a bitter and then strong
Ooh.
green tea. Yeah, that's my.
Okay. I'm gonna have to
That
try
sounds
and import some. I told Leanna that like now I have to try all of them.
Yeah.
I know. I've been like trying to Google. I'm like, how do I get these delicious Kit Kats?
Oh, you know what? Like when we go back to campus, I can ask my parents to send some. So we're gonna have party, and then I'm gonna cook some Japanese food for you.
Yes, let's go.
Oh my
Yeah,
gosh.
I'd be happy to, because it's really different, and it's kind of hard to find like authentic Japanese food here.
For
So
sure, yeah.
we're gonna make something real good.
I've always
Oh
had
my gosh.
I've always had friends, or I've always heard of people that have like imported either Japanese candy or Vietnamese candy, like, and it's really good. It's like really good, but I've never actually been able to fully indulge myself into like the experience of like trying lots of different things. And I don't know. It goes back to me wanting to explore and
We
just
just have a Kit Kat party.
yeah. We are going to have a Kit Kat party. That is
Oh
gonna
my
happen.
gosh, I
I'm
can't wait.
putting it in my calendar as we speak.
I know. I'm like, someday in 2021, hopefully,
Yeah,
a Kit Kat
hopefully.
party will happen.
Yep.
It's happening. I'm gonna make it happen.
Right.
It's
The
gonna
Kit
happen.
Kats are already like at the top for me, but like add all these crazy flavors, they would be number one for sure.
Yeah, they taste really good. So
Hmm.
For sure. So you mentioned to us before we actually started recording this episode that we have going on right now, you mentioned to us that you actually changed your major at one point, and I forget. Were you originally a social worker or a social work major, or was that
for the first 2 years,
for the first 2 years?
yeah, social work, and yeah, it's I'm not really sure it applies to all like college students in Japan, but at least for my generation, it was pretty common to earn like as many credits as possible until like the end of sophomore year, and then spend another 2 years to do internships or job search.
Okay.
So you get a job after graduating. So I earned like 100 credits by the end of like sophomore year. So I took like classes.
Oh my gosh.
I know, like from 9 to I don't know, like 6, back to back to back to back.
Whoa!
It was really a lot. It was a lot, but it was pretty common at the time, at least. So yeah, I only had seminars and then capstones remaining. But so I finished like taking all the classes, but I still wanted to take some English classes, English language classes, as an elective.
Yeah.
And as a part of the elective. And then fortunately or unfortunately, one of the courses I really wanted to take overlapped with the seminar I got assigned to. So I talked to the professor, like asking and negotiating, you know, am I able to take the other section, one of the other sections, because I really want to take this English class. And then she said that she was known as one of the like really like hash professor. And then she said like no, I cannot do anything with it. And I never expected to be treated like that in the first place. And then now I'm not able to take the English class I really wanted to take. So I felt like tears coming down my cheeks. And then I'm like, oh my goodness. And then she told me, if you like learning English that much, that means it'd be good to, you know, think about switching your major to English. And then I was like, after earning 100 credits, like, am I really switching to something totally different? But I think like I realized the main reason why I chose social work was to kind of first impress my parents because they would be happy about my choice. And then I knew I'd be able to get a job, you know, something stable.
For sure, yeah.
So, you know, for the security, you know, I thought that was the best option. But I always loved watching like American films, like since I watched like Home Alone 2 when I was 7 or 8.
Great movie. Love that movie.
Such a good movie.
And I kept watching American movies like, you know, since 8 or something. So, you know, why not? I will be able to like, you know, make that happen. So just switch it. So I decided to switch it, and I ended up like earning 170, almost 180 credits to graduate because it was.
Oh my gosh!
I never regret because, you know, now I'm living here, you know, using English.
Yeah, for sure.
Work, and then
That's insane though. So you did 100 credits worth for social work major.
Yeah, mainly. Mm-hmm.
And then you did another 180 for the English literature?
In total, so like we had genetics kind of courses as well. So yeah, in total,
okay.
I studying 177 or something like that.
Because I thought you meant that you did 100 at first, dropped it, switched a major, and did 180
like
more.
6 years.
Wow, I was about to say that sounds painful. Oh my goodness. Whoa. Yeah. But that's still crazy that you dropped it after 100 credits. I think that's an interesting thing to bring up because I know a lot of students, they think about switching their major sometimes after 60 credits. And they're like, well, I don't know. I've already taken, 60 credits. Yeah. Like, is it even worth changing my major at this point, you know?
There's not too late because I thought I was too late to change my major because, all the other English major students had a little, way they spoke English way better than me and they've already earned credits. I thought, it was too late, but looking back, it's not late at all.
Wow.
Always switch, or you can pursue whatever you want to pursue. So.
Well, there you go. Anyone that is a student that is watching this right now, boom, message it. I'm going to stare directly into the camera. Any student that is watching this currently, you can switch your major whenever you want. It is never too late. Do what makes you happy. That's awesome. That's crazy how that happened.
Totally.
And I was going to say, I'm assuming like your advisors, at your school, they helped you through that. Were they like really good help? Were they not helpful at all? Like, what was that experience like with them? And
didn't have an advising team. It was more from the faculty members. So I talked to all different faculty members to get advice. And actually one of them recommended me studying abroad. So I talked to the professor saying, I'm thinking to switch my major. Start all over and study abroad. And then she was really nice. So she told me, what, I can talk to the head of the Ed Abroad, Education Abroad office, and then, give heads up. And then, you can only, talk to them, or if you want to prepare for the exam, just do it right now, because you're raising junior, so you gotta do what you gotta do. And I studied like so hard just to participate in the program, but there's no too late, so you gotta you can just get it together and then see what you really want to do. Cause
for sure, yeah, that's awesome.
So awesome. I feel like I can do anything now. I'm like, Sachiko says I can.
You have something you want to do, just do it. Like, why not? I mean, like, we have some like limited like resources right now, but yeah, definitely.
Wow, that's it. That's like super inspiring, like.
Thank you.
That's awesome. That's super cool. All right, I'm going to change it up a bit here, and I'm going to ask some random questions about you, like
random questions.
Like for example, do you like to cook food for yourself?
Yeah,
like, what's your favorite dish to cook?
I love chicken. So, like a Japanese deep fried chicken is my favorite.
Ooh,
it's different from like a KFC or like things here.
What's the biggest difference? Is it like how you make it, or
seasoning is different? It's like a ginger, soy sauce, a little bit of sugar.
Ooh,
yeah,
that sounds good.
So when we go back to campus.
That's awesome.
Oh my gosh.
Sachiko,
we're going to hold you to it. We have you on recording saying this.
Sachiko, I'm going to your house to get some Japanese fried chicken.
Come on.
There we go. I don't know. Any random questions, Sarah? I'm trying to think of other ones.
I know. What's your like favorite hobbies that you do? Like,
I like flowers, so I like flower arrangement. Like, I can just get this here. I have this on the.
Oh my gosh! Do you like make the arrangements? Oh my god!
I got a bunch of flowers at the Rittenhouse.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
And then I just like get cut and then arrange a little bit here.
That's awesome.
So that's one of my hobbies. And then I love perfumes. Since I was like 8, 9, so I have a bunch of I didn't bring like all of them here because, the taxes. But I have some over here. Do you wear cologne or perfume or anything?
I do.
Special occasion.
I'm like Bath and Body Works.
Okay, which one is it?
This one it's called 1,000 Wishes.
Oh my goodness, I have that one. Actually,
it smells so good.
TUJ students gave me when I was leaving. And that was really sweet. I love that one.
That's awesome.
It's so nice.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, that's too funny.
And do you wear cologne or your...
very special occasions I will wear cologne.
Oh yeah?
Yeah, any like a Polo brand or American Eagle brand, I think that's where I'll get my cologne. But honestly, whatever if the bottle looks cool, I'll probably get it. Like it doesn't even matter if it smells good or not. As long as the bottle looks cool, I'm just like, yeah, that'll do. I've been successful so far. What's that?
Oh my gosh. Do you collect the like perfumes from like the different countries that you've been to, or?
Yeah, I actually worked for Japanese students studying medicine in Hungary before TUJ.
Oh wow.
So,
oh my gosh.
I had a chance to get some perfumes over there, and one of my best friends is French. So when I had a chance to her, I got some as well. So I love collecting, and then that each perfume reminds me of the time I got the bottle. So I love.
That's really neat. Nice.
That's so fun. Oh, I love that.
That is really cool. That's awesome.
I'm trying to think. I'm like, I don't know if I collect anything. I have like some keychains. I like keychains. I don't know.
Really? I have
Yeah, I don't know. I have a couple
one.
up here. Like, wait, do I have any on hand? Like, this is my favorite one.
Oh, what is that?
I went to see To Kill a Mockingbird on Broadway, and it was so good. And I got this cute little keychain,
That's cute.
and I just think he's cute.
That's
so.
awesome. I was gonna say I don't necessarily collect. I mean,
Vinyls, no? The
I mean,
big ones?
technically I collect guitars, but guitars are
It
really.
sounds like a fancy.
Well, I was gonna say like guitars are just really expensive, so I don't necessarily collect them per se, but I do.
How many you got so far? I see one right behind you.
Yeah, so I have this one, which I actually was gifted. That and it's like my main acoustic guitar that I use, and it sounds beautiful. But I mainly collect electric guitars, and I'm trying to count right now. I think I have. Technically, I have 5. But the fifth one is not necessarily a full guitar yet. Like I actually inherited this guitar I'm thinking of from my older brother, because he was supposed to take guitar lessons when he was a kid, but something happened where his teacher, fell through, and he never actually took guitar lessons. So when it came time for me and I wanted to start learning guitar, I actually inherited his guitar, his electric guitar, and currently I'm in the midst of completely breaking it apart just so I can rebuild it to my personal taste. So technically I have 5 guitars, but 4 playable ones right now.
Cool.
But yeah, so it's a lot of money though. I must say.
Sounds like it. Yeah.
It's
I
hard.
know, I was like, if he says he has like 20 guitars, I'll be like,
No,
oh my God.
Not yet. Although technically I collect amplifiers too, and there's a pretty big money pit there for my, bank account as well. But, it's all good. And luckily, worst case scenario, I could sell a couple of these things and I'll make a little money back. So that's good. That's definitely something that I'm thankful for.
I tried once when I was 17, but I gave up after trying for a few days actually.
Wait, playing guitar?
Yeah, but I gave up immediately. So
No.
how those fingers could reach whatever the chords I was supposed to So
trust me,
I know.
it's awkward to start playing guitar, but trust me, I always say this because I have a lot of friends that want to try guitar, or they keep playing guitar but they don't feel comfortable with it or whatever. As long as you keep pushing, there is a point where everything just makes sense all of a sudden and you can just play. At least that's what. Now, it didn't happen for me until 3 or 4 years into me playing guitar, but then I finally figured it out. What's that?
Oh my gosh.
it takes so long.
Yeah, it definitely takes a long time, but I'm happy to say that I can kind of play.
Yeah.
So that's good.
Cool.
Yeah, it's fun. It's a fun hobby, and I like playing a lot of different types of music. I've actually been getting into more jazz than anything recently, so that's fun. But I'm really into heavy metal, really.
I think a Rage Against the Machine or something yesterday.
I did, yeah, because we had a workshop yesterday, and I mentioned how. Well, actually, Emily mentioned how she was supposed to go to a ton of different concerts this summer, and I was supposed to go to a bunch of different concerts too. And the one band I was going to go see was Rage Against the Machine, who's been a band that I've wanted to see for a really long time. And they didn't cancel the show. They rescheduled all the shows for next summer, but they replaced the Philadelphia show with an extra New York show. And I was like, no. It's not fair, but it happens. I'm not going to get too upset. I'll be okay.
Are you going to New York for the?
Maybe.
Maybe.
I don't know. I still have the tickets technically, but it really depends. If I don't know. We'll see. I know it's a quick bus ride. Technically, it's $20 for a bus ticket, and then you go up. Takes couple hours to get to New York, and then I just have to find my way to the venue. But I don't know. I'm thinking about it still, but we'll see. It'll be fun. But I think it's time that we do our little game.
Okay. Ooh, I'm in.
So, Sachiko, I'm sure you know how this works at this point, where this is our edition of This or That, where we have a couple things related to temple, we have a couple things that are just related to life, and you need to decide quickly between this or that. We actually have a timer, so we have a bunch of questions, and you have to get through as many of them as possible within 60 seconds, and I think we have like 11 or 12 questions for you. So I'm going to pull up my timer. Sarah is going to have the pleasure of asking you these questions.
Okay.
And if there are any one of these that we feel like, Sarah, I feel like needs more explanation, we'll do a little bit more of a deep dive on it to hear your answer. All right, let me see. Timer. Minute 1. Okay. You ready?
Alrighty.
All right, here we go. Timer. In 3, 2, go.
Wawa or 7-Eleven?
7-Eleven in Japan, Wawa here.
Coffee or tea?
Tea.
Saxby's or Richie's?
Saxby's.
Temple Japan or Temple Maine?
Oh my goodness, you do this? Oh! Pass.
Pass. All right. Netflix or Hulu?
Netflix.
Maxis or Philly style?
Maxis.
Center City or Fishtown?
Center City.
The Student Center or food trucks?
Food trucks.
Charles or Paley?
10 seconds.
Paley.
Boyer or TFMA? Chips or candy? Oh man, I hear the timer.
The timer just went off, but I want to hear the answer. Chips or candy?
Oh, chips or candy?
Yes.
Chips.
Chips. All right.
Chips.
I want to go back to a couple ones.
Oh my goodness, which one?
Let's start with Boyer or TFMA. Look.
Excuse me.
All right, listen.
She was brave enough to say the truth. She knows.
I don't know what you theater people think is cool, but it's definitely Boyer. All right.
Whoops. It's because like I haven't really talked with the Boyer students or faculty members. That's my excuse,
All right, fair enough. I love how you started that with, oh, oops. that honestly just made my day. And then the other one I wanted to ask about was, you said 7-Eleven in Japan, Wawa here. So further explain that for me.
Okay, so 7-Eleven Japan in general has more like a variety of food over there.
Okay.
And actually, my dad and I had like a weekly routine when I was little. Weekly routine to go to 7-Eleven early in the morning and then get like at the time they serve the ice cream over there. It's like not like a Baskin Robbins, but it's kind of like I think a regional brand.
Whoa.
So that was it's a part of my like sweet childhood memories. So
that's awesome.
that's why like 7-Eleven, but a Wawa here.
Do you not like the 7-Elevens that are here?
Oh yeah, because there's one on campus. I would say it's not good, but Wawa has.
Honestly, Wawa was the correct answer for here. If you said if I heard you say 7-Eleven here over Wawa, we would have had some beef. There would have been some problems. So I'm really glad we were able to settle that.
Democracy. Okay, thank you.
Yeah, exactly. Oh man, wow! I think that's wow. You answered all those very precisely, which I like. I feel like
really?
Oh yeah, I feel like some other people, they just kind of have to think for a second on a couple of them.
Oh yeah.
I like how you ended up just saying pass for Temple Japan or Temple Maine, because
That's a very like diplomatic answer to take.
right when I heard that question, I was like, oh no.
Yeah,
I was like, I had to.
expected that question actually. Maybe like in Philly or Tokyo, maybe, but not like a main campus of TFMA.
I had to give you a hard one just for fun.
Oh my goodness. Well, thank you so much for playing that game with us, and more so, thank you so much for being our lovely guest today for Backstage
Thank
Pass.
you for having me. Yeah,
Absolutely.
you're doing a great job.
Oh, thank you. We appreciate it. I'd also like to thank Sarah once again for being my co-host. Without Sarah, this podcast would not be a thing because she is the backbone to everything we do. So, Sarah, thank you once again.
Thank you all.
Yeah, and then thank you everyone for tuning in and watching. We hope you enjoyed this episode. I'm sure you did. And if you stay in touch with us on social media, you can follow us on Instagram at CPCA_advising. And that way you can actually stay up to date with anything going on with the podcast. This will be released on Friday like always, so stay tuned for that. Stay tuned for other episodes. We have great guests coming on. We still have a lot of people from the advising office that we are going to be interviewing, and a lot more drama, I'm sure, that has to be unfolded. So with that said, we are going to be signing off. Thank you all for watching, and we will see you in the next episode.